This is Maz Amjad, and you are watching my YouTube channel, 15 Minutes with Maz. This channel is primarily aimed to help you and guide you understand how you can come to United States and study here as a master and PhD student on a fully funded scholarships. Today we have another guest, and we will ask him some questions, and we will try to learn from his experience. How did he come to United States? What was the admission process? And then how did he choose the University of Texas Austin? Thank you so much for joining me today. I will request you to introduce yourself, and then we will begin the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. My name is Nadish Mohammed. I did my bachelor's from Aligarh Muslim University, India, and then I completed my master's from UT Austin. And right now I'm working as an associate consultant at WSP. So yeah, Mas, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Nadish, for joining us today. In when we are in bachelor's studying in our own countries, we do not know much about the admission process, right? We do not know much about how to find universities, what's the admission process, what are the documents, what documents are required specifically to apply to universities. Could you please tell us more about your experience specifically from the very beginning? Like, how did you decide that you want to study in the United States and go into Europe or some other country? And then once you decided that you want to go to United States, then what was the process that helped you understand these are the universities that you want to study? Can you please tell us more about the whole journey?
Yeah, sure. So it was not an easy task, it's a big decision. Like you want to move from your country to the a new world. Like it's not just about you, it's just about interacting with the different people, with the different culture. So yeah, like there are so many steps, and unfortunately, I was not lucky to have all the resources on my plate. So I did a lot of research on myself, by myself. So there are like steps involved, like you have to prepare for some exams to get into the US universities. And then you have to have some of the documents that were required by the universities. So first of all, you have to take your GRE, you have to take the TOEFL exam, the English proficiency exam, and then you know how to select the universities, because university play a very important role. And as we are coming from the middle background, so there's one thing which is very important, that is the funding. Like the you should have the funding before coming to the US, because we all know it's a very expensive country, and you can't survive here without having a funding.
Okay.
So yeah, like it's a whole process, and that involves the selection of the universities and the preparation of the documents.
I think you just like talked about your experience. As you mentioned, coming to United States isn't an easy task, right? Some people, they do not have financial resources to bear all the expenditures here. Could you please walk us through the whole journey specifically? Uh, how did you decide that in that specific university you want to seek your master's admission?
Yeah. So the thing is, like before coming to the UT, I applied for like 3, 4 more universities. So there are some process, like you have to select certain universities where you have, like some similarities according to your background. So yeah, I have selected, like 5, 6 universities, depending on their department, and that can align with my area of interest. So I have selected 2 topmost universities, 2 moderate universities, and 2 the lower rank universities. But it's not about the ranking; it's about their department. Like they should have something specific to my area of interest. Like I did my undergrad in civil engineering, and while doing the civil engineering, I got into water. You know, like there are so many different fields in civil engineering. So while I was doing my final year project, I thought water is going to be my field if I ever want to do my master's. So then and there, I decided if I want to do my master from abroad or from any other country, I am going to do masters in water resource engineering. So that's the first step. You should know your strong points. You should know what you want to do after your graduation. So yeah, that's the first step. And then I start digging, you know, like the Google has one of the best resources in the world. Like if you want to go anywhere, you don't need to be there. You can have everything on your fingertip, on your mobile, on your laptop. So yeah, I used Google a lot. And then I contacted few people from my background. I used LinkedIn as one of the, I would say, like being a student, it is one of the best communication platform. Not only the Facebook and the Instagram thing. The student should start playing with the LinkedIn as well. So yeah, and then I reach out to the people of my own background, and I came to know about the UT Austin.
Okay. Can you please tell us more about how did you know that someone is working in your discipline specifically on LinkedIn? Like, did you use any specific key terminologies to find people from similar background that you have, or they resonate the similar experience with you? How did you find them on LinkedIn, and what keywords did you use to find them?
Yeah. You know, like if this, like I already know that I am going to be into the water industry. So I use all the keywords like the environment engineering, water, wastewater, you know, like when you write something or the water engineering. So that will show you the people, the first connection, the second, the third connection, the you want to connect with the people from that organization, from that industry. So you will have a lot of options there. So yeah, you are right. Like you should know the keyword that you are using. So that is actually very helpful for me. And also, like, you know, there are so many groups on the LinkedIn that, and the people, they are eager to help you. So, but you should first start approaching to them.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I use that.
So once you found some people on LinkedIn, did you send them a message and saying that I'm Nazish, I'm looking for opportunities to study in the United States? What did you write them?
So it's yeah, like the first thing is you have to reach out them via messaging, you know, like I did that. Yeah, I did that, and I got some good response, you know, like they asked me for my resume, and then they give me a kind of review like, okay, you have a good credentials, you should apply to these universities, you know, like you should have some good thing, you know, like while they also suggest to me like there should be some valid points when you are approaching someone. Like I want to do my master's in environment engineering, so I should have that background. So that means you should complete your undergrad with a kind of project that aligned with your area of interest. So as I told you, like I did my undergrad with the project in the field of water. So that actually helped me, you know, like I have that kind of background, and then when they saw my resume and then appreciate me, and then I start having some kind of confidence in myself. And yeah, that's how I boost up myself. And that actually helped me a lot to
Great,
find
great.
out the universities.
How did you decide that these are the 4 or 6 or 10 universities in which you are planning to apply? How did you choose all those universities? What was the criteria?
Yeah, like selection actually based on, you know, like the university's ranking, the living cost, and the tuition fee, and the department, the professors profiles, you know, like whether you have the options to go for the PhD or to go for industry. So those are the criteria, like before selecting the universities. And the major issue was like I was coming here to do my master's. So the biggest challenge was the funding. So then I start approaching the professors of the certain or my six selected universities. I reach out to them via email. I told them, I explained my entire background, and then they told me, okay, you are a great fit. You can uh, come to US and you can apply to our department. So yeah, those are the criterias before selecting any universities.
Can you please tell us more about what did you mention in your email? Did you simply say, I'm an undergrad student in that specific university. I'm looking for opportunities to study as a master's student in United States. What did you exactly mention in that first email?
Yeah. Like there are certain formats you have to follow before reaching out to any professional. So yeah, I wrote about my background, like what I did, and then I try to explain more of my research part, like because the funding option basically is for the researchers, like the people who want to do the research in their masters, so in their master study. So I actually wrote some part of my undergrad project. I wrote like what I did during my undergrad study, and yeah, that's how I reach out to them, and they found it very relative to their area of interest. So that's how it works,
And was that email precise, or it was like a really lengthy email that you initially sent to all the prospective professors?
No. It should be precise. Like professors, they don't have that much of time to go through all the long and lengthy emails. So it should be precise. So yeah, I would recommend anyone to write the email, and it should be to the point, and what you want to convey, that should, that should be your email.
Okay, so to how many professors did you send an email? Did you also attach your resume as well? And then, so did you only send email to professors from the selected universities that you selected in earlier stages? Like how did you decide that I wanna send an email to that specific professor?
So yeah, like like one of the best way to communicate with anyone, I think that is that is to send them the email. So yeah, like while I was doing the selection of the universities, I went to the profile of professors, and I found that they have they have the same technical interest, they have the same previous work, and they are doing a kind of research in which I want to see myself, and I want to contribute myself. So yeah, and then their websites have their emails, and then I start writing email to them.
Okay. To how many professors did you send email?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like more than 200.
So you sent an email to 200 folks.
Yeah.
200 individual professors.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
You
Okay.
know that I told you it's not an easy thing to.
And how many professors they reached back to you, and what was the response rate?
Yeah, the response rate was great, but like I actually got a generic reply from most of them. You got a good credential, you should apply for this department. We eager to have you on board and all those things. But yeah, but you need only one reply. So keep trying, keep reaching out to the professors, because you just need one reply, one good reply from the professor, that's it. And I think, yeah, that's what I did. I just keep reaching out to them, and I got 2 3 great replies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So when you received a positive reply from the professor at UT Austin, did that professor explicitly mention that that professor is going to support you financially for your master's?
So yeah, different universities have the different process,
Mhm.
but in my case, the UT Austin, they have the different way of providing the fundings. So first you have to get the admission,
Mhm.
and then you came here,
Mhm.
and then you will apply for the research assistant or a teaching assistantship.
Okay. You tell us more. You talked a lot about getting the financial support from UT. What was the admission criteria for the UT Austin?
First of all, I will talk about the UT Austin because as I told you, in the US, there is no certain format. So when you talk about the documentations, when you talk about the all the the important things that were required to fill the application,
Mhm.
that also got changed as per the university's requirement.
Mhm.
So talking about the UT Austin, first of all, you have to take GRE,
Mhm.
TOEFL exam,
Mhm.
and then you should have your degree and transcript before starting your application. Yeah, if you are in the like a second last semester of your undergrad,
Mhm.
so I don't think you're going to have your degree.
Mhm.
So you can just have your transcript,
Mhm.
and when you completed your undergrad,
Mhm.
then you can submit your degree to the
But even if someone is in the last second or last semester of undergrad, probably the student might not have complete transcript. So in that case, what should be done?
Yeah, like the transcript for your second last semester till the second last semester.
Okay.
That's going to be good. Like it can work.
Can you please also tell us the score limits for TOEFL and GRE for UT
So
Austin?
yeah, for the UT Austin, after the COVID or during the COVID, they have listed certain countries,
Mhm.
and if you belong to that country, you don't need to take the GRE or TOEFL exam.
Okay.
Yeah, but the general numbers, like for the general students. So for the TOEFL, I think it should be more than 90 out of 120.
Mhm.
And for GRE, I think there's no any definite number, like, but it should be more than 310 or 315 out of 340. So like this.
Okay. Once any student has all those 4 documents ready, what's the timeline to start the admission process?
So yeah, like actually UT have the two timelines. They actually have the fall intake and the spring intake.
Okay.
And the best thing to know, you have to go to their website.
Okay.
And yeah, it actually for the spring intake, they have that, like application process open for 3 to 4 months. And the application process they start from I think it's like May, June
Okay.
till September, October for the spring intake. And for the fall intake, it start from November and it ends near like March or Feb.
So if you are planning to pursue your master's degree for intake, you need to start your application typically from May or June,
And
or maybe before than that.
yeah, the May, June until September, October, till the
Until-
last date to fill the application
Okay.
until September.
And then for fall?
Yeah, for fall, it's the same. It will start from November till Feb, March.
Once we have that documents, what are other documents required specifically for
Yeah,
admission?
so those were the I would say the four fundamental documents. And after that, when you start filling your applications, so there are few more documents that play a very important role in your selection criteria. And those where are the statement of purpose, we call it as a SOP. Then there is a letter of recommendation, call as a LOR. Then there is there should be your resume, and I think, and then all those, like the application will ask you a certain question and you have to fill them.
Okay.
So, but three out of the four fundamental documents, the decision criteria are basically based on these three most important documents. They are the SOP, they are the LOR, and they are the resume, your resume.
So, so what would you advise or recommend to upcoming students who are looking in finding positions in the United States to study as a master student? How can they find their professors who are willing to write recommendation letters? Because sometimes I might get lower score in that subject where I'm pursuing masters. In that case, what would be the best suitable option in your opinion?
Yeah, try to have a good relationship with your professor if you are still in your undergrad. Like getting a good grades or a bad grades does not mean you have not kind of interest in that subject. I don't think so. So, like if someone has a very good grade, it does not mean he has a good interest in that field.
Correct.
So, because the research is a very different from the grade perspective. So yeah, like when I was doing my undergrad, I did not get very high grades in the water or environmental engineering, but still I have that kind of interest in the water field. Try to have a good relationship with your professor. Try to express your interest in front of them. Try to start talking with them. Try to get into their labs.
Okay. So in conclusion, to apply for UT Austin or any university in the United States, there are 6 important documents that you would need, 7 documents. One is your TOEFL certificate, then GRE, your transcript, your undergrad degree, then statement of purpose. 6 would be your 3 letters of recommendations, and then the 7th document would be your CV. Can you please also share your experience of CV, like what kind of projects students should mention on their CV? Typically, some students might come from a social science background, some might come from a science background. So how they can really demonstrate their skill set specifically in terms of projects, in terms of courses, what's the best way in your experience?
Yeah, I think try to make it to the point when you are writing your resume or CV. So try to explain your project as much as you can. And it should be concise, like it should not be detailed, because you have already written your entire journey in your SOP, statement of purpose. So it should be concise. It should not show everything. The resume and it should be related to your field. Try to explain about your courses. Try to explain your results. Try to explain your project objective, your project goals, your project results. So these are the, like the important detailed things that should be in your resume.
And does UT have any page limits on CV or SOP?
Yeah, like the general guideline is it should not go beyond 2 pages for your SOP.
Okay.
And for resume, I think in resume it should not go for more than 1 page. And if it's or it should not go more than 1 page, I think so.
So the standard guidelines should be 1 page for your resume or CV, and the 2 page limit for your statement of purpose.
You can't say that a standard, but in my case, it worked.
Okay.
My resume was not more than 2 page, and my SOP was also not more than 2 page. So
Perfect. So once you had all those documents, what was the next process?
You have to pay your application fee.
How much was that?
I think it was around like $25 or something.
So in how many universities did you apply?
I applied like for four universities. Yeah.
So you applied in 4 universities, and every university has $75?
No, like some of them has like $90. Some of them have like 75, 80. So it varies.
So I think what is important point here is that every university in the United States requires you to submit admission application fee, and that's non-refundable.
Yeah.
That means regardless of getting or not getting your admission in the university, you will not get your money back. So this is why it's extremely important to shortlist your universities
Yeah.
and carefully prepare your documents,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
to submit your documents, you have to submit your application fee, and then you will be able to start your application process. Once you submitted your documents, once you uploaded your documents on the university portal, what was the timeline? And then what was the next step?
Yeah, so generally, like you will have your admission letter, or whether you got admit or you got rejected by them. I think after 2 to 3 months.
Of submitting your documents?
Yeah. Of
When did you submit your documents?
So yeah, like I joined UT in Jan 2022. So I submitted that on mm, August or September, nearly on September.
So you submitted your documents on the UT portal in August 2021.
Yeah.
And then after how much time did you receive any response from the university?
I got it by the end of October or first week of November. I don't remember it clearly, but yeah, after 2 months.
So after 2 months, did they send you
Yeah.
directly an admission letter?
An email. I got the email. Like you have been selected for this course. Congratulations. You know, like a congratulation email. And then yeah, there's going to be a portal. You know, like and whether you need to check it regularly. And when I opened my portal, you know, I log into their website, and then I got the confirmation message.
So they just simply mentioned that you are accepted formally in the program. Did they also demonstrate any funding opportunities?
No. Like first you have to accept the offer, and then they will send you the you know, like the complete offer letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how much time did it take you to get either TA or RA position? Did you manage to get that?
Yeah. I actually, so I came here without funding. And then I think after 1 week or within 1 week, I got the TA sheet.
But you applied before you came to United
Yeah,
States?
I tried to reach out to all the professors,
Okay.
you know, like everyone.
Okay.
Through emails, because after you got your admit, you will have your UP EID or any other university EID, and then you will you can start reaching to your professors.
Okay.
And they are very welcoming, you know, like they will tell you like, oh, this semester they don't have the funding, you can reach out to them the next semester, they will have something. So you know, the process goes on, and then I think I'm lucky and I got the TA ship in my first semester. And then in the second semester, I joined a research group, and then I started working on the research related to the PFAS, you know, the water thing. And then I joined my that group, and I continued till the end of my semester.
You also talked about before I-20. So once university gave you a formal notice of acceptance, did they email you or did they physically send a DHL or whatever through any like courier service, like a formal acceptance letter in your home country, or
Yeah,
was that?
they used to do that before COVID, but now they just email you. So you'll.
So you just take printout and
Yeah.
then you take that document. So they also like email you I-20.
Yeah, everything.
print
They will
it.
email you. The email is going to be the mode of communication between you and your university.
Okay.
So-
So basically, once you are officially accepted into the program, you will receive an email. They will also give you an e-acceptance letter as well as your I-20 also in your email. So you took both, you print out those documents along with your bank statement, and then you went to US Embassy to apply for your US visa.
Yeah, the process is before going to the US Embassy. It's
Mhm.
like an application,
Mhm.
and then you have to fill your applications and everything, and then you have to take the appointment.
Mhm.
Once you book the appointment,
Mhm.
you will go for a visa interview.
Mhm.
And there's going to be the visa interview,
Mhm.
and they will ask you the question. They will ask you regarding the offer letter. You will show the offer letter,
Mhm.
and inside the offer letter, as I told you, there's going to be some amount written,
Mhm.
and then you have to prove that amount,
Okay.
how you are going to support yourself financially.
Okay.
So that's the whole process.
Great.
And if they are satisfied by your answer, you will get your visa.
They will grant you your
Yeah.
visa. Well, please feel free to comment below or ask any other questions if you have, or if you like me to watch any other video on any specific topic, please feel free to comment, and I will do my best to make another video or invite any other specific guest who would like to help us answer that specific question. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
and see you soon.